Perhaps the greatest obstacle that you face in your meditation and self-inquiry practice is incessant, restless thinking. The mind just keeps arising again and again, and it feels like such an obstacle. It's holding back my meditation practice. So in today's video, I want to give you a tool that you can employ in your practice that will diminish the power that these thoughts have in their capacity to pull you into their projections. Okay? I often get asked this question, how do I lose interest in thought? Sunny, you're always saying, let go of interest in thinking. What does that mean? How do I just lose interest in thoughts? So what I want you to first and foremost explore today is, and this is something that you can do even all day today, take an inventory of your thinking. What I mean by that is see what your thoughts are about. What you'll come to notice when you really start to take an inventory of your thinking, what you're thinking about all day, every day, is that it's just endless judgments, descriptions, projections of past and future about me and my life. About me, the person, and my personal life. What I like, what I don't like, what I want to happen, what I don't want to happen, what this person did to me, when that situation happened to me. There's inside of thought, there is a constant self-obsession, a personal self-obsession. All thoughts are being thought from the perspective of the person that I believe myself to be, about the life that I am living, that I want to live, that I don't want to live. And in thinking, there's just this illusion of control, that the more I think my way into things, the more I can control my destiny as a person. But you know how restless and miserable this makes you, and it still doesn't give you any control. So once you start to notice that all thoughts are just about me and my life, matter of fact, even when you start doing these practices and you become interested in the truth, maybe your interest goes away from material desires, now it's about spiritual realization. Now it is still about, now your thoughts become spiritual, and they are still being thought from me, the person, the perspective of me, the person, about my spiritual awakening. So they are still ego-centered, personal self-centered. This is a very big revelation. Don't think this to be anything light. Realizing that all thoughts are merely personal about me and my life gives us a very big opportunity. Because once you start to notice that, then in moments of your practice, right, 2 times a day when you're sitting down and meditating, and throughout the day whenever you remember to practice, in those moments of practice, you can allow yourself the full license to stop caring about you as a person and your life. I tell everybody that I'm working with, always, in moments of practice, you as a person do not matter. What you like, what you don't like, has no meaning. What you care about, what you enjoy or don't enjoy, what you want, what you don't want, who you want to become, who you don't want to become, anything personal does not matter. Even that within you which gets triggered at hearing such a statement, that which gets worried within you hearing such a statement, does not matter. In your moments of practice, when you are away from things, if you begin to explore this principle of totally letting go of care about me and my life, you will begin to notice that thoughts stop being so powerful. Because they are only so powerful because there is such a degree of importance and significance being attributed to this idea of who I am and the life that I'm living. And because that is given so much importance, all the further thoughts about that are considered equally significant. And that is why they're so hard to disengage from. This is what you have to learn to observe, that as long as you give thoughts importance, as long as you give the personal self and its life importance, you will always remain glued to thinking. Thinking arises out of this personal identity. So in moments of practice, we have to so wholeheartedly and openly and willingly stop caring at all about my life, about what happens to me, if I'll be okay tomorrow, if I will get what I want, if I will realize spiritually who I am. None of these motives matter. You have to see that all of these motives are mental. They are mind-made illusions. They are not what you are. Even if you do not see this clearly, that's okay, but you will only come to see it clearly if you wholeheartedly allow yourself to become totally empty and drop all motives, all intentions, all worries during moments of practice at first. Only then will it translate over into the rest of your experience, perhaps when you're at work or when you're in a heated argument or something. Those are the windows where you start to glimpse what it means to be impersonal. Impersonal, not in a I don't care about life type of way. Impersonal in terms of awareness or being, which is your essential nature. You are only the person in appearance, but you are not the person in truth, in reality. And if you don't allow yourself to step out of personal importance, you can never step outside of thinking. Because personal importance and identifying as a person will always create thinking, which constantly revolves around this identity. So my advice to you is not to battle the thinking with more thinking. Instead, in moments of practice, just let go of caring so much about what happens to you, about what happened to you today, about what you like and don't like. In those moments, none of that stuff matters. And if you let go of that, then what else do you have left to think about? That's something wonderful for you to discover. That when you let go of personal importance, there's quite literally nothing left for you to think about. Not only does the arising of thought decrease, but also when it arises, you're simply able to just turn away. You're simply able to just disengage and just be. Just be as you are. Be aware. This is something to notice even more so when you are totally triggered, when you are very emotional. Because in those moments, notice, why do you have such a hard time? Why do you have such a hard time with your thought and emotion? It's because you are so bought into self-importance. You are so bought into your idea of what should have happened and what should not have happened, about how someone else should have acted and how someone else should not have acted. And because there's so much importance there, disengagement from thought is quite literally impossible. So in those difficult moments, it's going to be hard for you to observe this for now if you really struggle with this. However, it's still my invitation for you to experiment with that. But firstly, the emphasis that you should have is in your sit down practice, in your daily meditation practice, when you sit down by yourself and you close your eyes and you're away from all distractions and you practice this. You literally just let go. Give yourself the license of not needing to be a person in this moment. Feel what it means to not constantly carry on this personal identity. Take off all the masks. Take off all your cares, all your concerns, all your interests, your family, your friends, your work, everything. Nothing matters in that moment. Who you are as a person and what happens to you does not matter in that moment. That's you just loosening your grip. And when you loosen your grip, thoughts are not a problem. And this will help you go so much deeper in your practice. This will help you disengage from thought with ease. So bring this into your practice. If you have questions about it, please let me know below, okay? I try to answer as many as I can. To help you go deeper into your meditation practice, I have 2 resources available for you. One is my self-inquiry guide, which you can download below for free. And second is my School of Awakening, which is a wonderful program that leads you down this path of meditation and self-realization step by step in a day-by-day course. Along with that, you get to do this work with a really close-knit community where you get all the support and help that you need. So check that out below if that is something of interest to you. I hope that this video helped you. I'll see you next time.